Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. You may immediately notice a few things have been done and changed about our opulent manor overlooking the moor. So, the Antiquarian update has come out. It's in the beta build right now, but I've always been on that branch since early access, and so I was kind of already opted into everything. The most immediate change, we've got a new sort by activity that actually keeps like our group that's going to be going out all grouped together. I dig that. If we had maybe more people de-stressing or something, that would be a little bit more obvious. But we also got an automatic increase in our stagecoach unlocks. They changed how the levels kind of worked out, and we ended up with a few extra slots here. There's also this new and exciting button, which allows us to redistribute heirlooms. So that, you know, when you get into that point where in my first playthrough in the late game, all I needed were crests to finally finish out a couple of things, and everything else was just sort of meh. Well, this will allow you to do that. You could decide to trade them in, you know, depending on what you want. Click the little check mark. Yeah, that's a word. Checkbox / check mark, and agree to that trade. Right now, we kind of need a little bit of everything, so I may just be sort of leaving that in place. But you can scroll through which heirloom you're trading. Crests have like less value than all the others. You know, you trade like 30 crests, you're only getting 10, 5, or 10. I don't know why portraits are so incredibly good for some bizarre reason. Everything else got kind of like that kind of ratio, 15:6:3 or 30:15 or 15. Yeah, man, portraits are just, they're worth all the things, right? That's interesting to note. Actually, like if we were adventuring, that would kind of mean like portraits are the best thing to come back with, that you might want to dump deeds or busts just to grab them. I had not considered that ratio would work like that. Yeah, like busts are worth the least, maybe? No, both. Okay, bust and deeds not worth as much. Portraits super good. Crests are kind of meh. Might have to do with kind of how everything is stacking, though, that the stacks can be bigger of those other things. So I'll have to kind of wait and see. But I'll try to keep that in the back of my mind. If portraits are a thing that I can prioritize over anything else, I might just take it. Now, the, of course, most exciting part for most of you about the latest update, the Antiquarian update, is going to be the new class that was added, the Antiquarian. Now, since I haven't run out and done any adventuring, it hasn't refreshed my stagecoach yet, so I don't really have any chance of just getting one and loading into the game. But because of our stagecoach numbers changing, I do have the opportunity to recruit. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just grab a Houndmaster here. Gurney's got Kleptomaniac, but so does Vox. So, and he also has Dud Hitter. So I think I'm going to go ahead and grab this little guy. If you...
The lawman and his faithful beast. A bond forged by battle and bloodshed.
If you would like to become our Houndmaster, drop me a comment. First come, first serve. I will totally name him after your YouTube name or some kind of derivative so that it's at least clear who it's named after. The other thing to note is that there is now this little zero that I kind of think looks like a weird kind of eye, but it's definitely a 0. And what that represents is that these characters are all level 0. Of course, that begs the question of, can they be other levels? And the answer to that is yes. There's now a chance that you can recruit higher level characters straight out of the stagecoach, designed to maybe lighten the sting of any of those late game losses that you might experience while maybe heading into the darkest dungeon itself. Losing a level 6 on a failed run suddenly doesn't, you know, feel quite as awful when you don't have to raise a character back up from scratch. And I think that's kind of an interesting trade-off there that I can be okay with. I want to see how it really plays out, because the idea on paper kind of begs the question of, well, how frequent are these guys, all of that sort of stuff. So far I haven't seen any of those. Again, my stagecoach hasn't been refreshed yet though, so maybe we will see some of that to come. Now, without spending too much time, we're going to go ahead and get into our embarkation screen, and I think we're going to be taking on the Brigand 8-pounder. One of the other things in the patch notes, and it might be that our quests haven't been refreshed, but there was a note that said that the crest and deed and all the heirloom reward type things, as you can see, they no longer have a symbol on each of the areas. These are supposed to be randomized now. And it could just be that, you know, this quest had already generated with busts, this one with portraits, etc., because these were all generated prior to the update. So I'm going to want to take a look at that whenever we get back here and see exactly what's up with our quest rewards. I think this tough ring is by far the best. Hero's Ring, Virtue Chance, Martyr Seal, weird death things. So yeah, I can get behind a tough ring on one of our characters most definitely. Speaking of, Coco here has got a Haste Chalice, Trojan's Charm. You know, you would probably like a Trojan's Charm more. Protection and Speed. Blight Resist, Debuff Resist, Disease Resist. Let's go with Accuracy for some max HP. Blight and Disease. Probably not worth it. Protection for a little bit of speed. That's super good. That's super good. You know what? Let's go with the protection for a little bit of speed. I can get down with that. And I think that's gonna do it for these guys. Man, Wildehild, you're stacking up the negative quirks, my friend. We might want to do something about that in the coming weeks. But let's go ahead and pop out with Sunrise Sunset here. Get into our provisioning screen, and I would still, Red Hook, if you're listening, I would love a quality of life change that could give me like a control click to grab a whole stack of things. That would be super amaze sauce. Let's go with like 3 of those. We'll grab a couple more of each. 1 stack of torches, maybe with just a little on top, and then I'm gonna go with a full 4. The 8-pounder doesn't really debuff as far as I know, but maybe some of his companions do. Maybe some of his attacks do, and I've just completely forgotten about that. And we'll grab a couple of keys in case any secret rooms come out. Of course, my light provisioning always turns out pretty much like this. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Find out a little bit more about these mercenaries that our ancestor may have hired.
Simple folk are by their nature loquacious, and the denizens of the hamlet were no exception. It was not long before rumors of my morbid genius and secretive excavations began to fuel local legend. In the face of my increasingly egregious flaunting of public taboos, awe turned to ire, and demonstrations were held in the town square.
Okay, well that's what you get for being loquacious. You get a giant cannon brought to your town. Keep that in mind, kids.
The smell of sulfur and gunpowder hangs in the air. The war machine is close.
Well, that's actually quite cool. So we saw a couple of things here. I think the boss is pretty clearly going to be down here, but they changed it so that the scouting animation would load after you loaded into the map, whereas previously for a while there, they had changed it so that you got a chance to scout at dungeon start, but you would just come in and like all this would already be scouted. And we were super lucky, in fact, and there was a secret door just right behind us. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to use one of my skeleton keys.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
That's pretty sweet. 5,000 plus a very rare Baristan's head. We will take all of that. It probably could be debated whether or not it was worth it to douse torchlight for that. I actually don't think I want to try to like come back from 0 torch on my way to the boss. We still gotta fight a cannon.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
You know, that's priority numero uno here, is that the cannon needs to be destroyed. Quinn, what do you got for me? You have a disarmed trap. I'm digging it. Alright, first room is empty, of course. We've got combat right outside of it, though. We're going to be doing this in a radiant light. And it is a fairly easy group of enemies. So, try the 4 to 9 here.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Cleanse that guy. Oh. Thank you, Bleed. You're my awesome buddy. I mean, I guess why not? Yay, stun.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Stun that doesn't matter.
Executed with impunity.
Alright, and an onyx for our troubles. I can dig it. Alright.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Just kind of the tiniest bit of gold there. Actually, so far, very tiny bits of gold kind of all around. Alright, some spider bros. Surprising them, I'm pretty okay with. This might get us a kill. It won't, though. So, 4 points for 3 rounds each, or... Let's go with the double stun. This is the Stunrise Stun Step party. We could barbarically yop at them next, but that's probably unnecessary. Oh my. Oh my. They all dodged. Wow. That was actually a little bit unexpected. Thankfully, we've just got the Webbers actually able to act, and these guys are not going to be popping off with their super crazy marked attacks yet. Also, why did he get 40% and he got 80% stun resist? Anybody? Anybody at all? That seems really strange to me. I think the 80 is wrong, right? That it should be 40 across the board. Well, thankfully, Coco has been equally light on her feet. Man! Dodging like a boss. Should have said nothing. Yeah, because then that happened. Okay. Okay. But you're dead anyway. Let's see about killing you.
Another one falls.
Another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Okay.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
I was actually thinking about trying to stall for just like 1 round to maybe let Coco get a chance to heal. It looks like that will not be necessary, as she will be able to top herself off there. So let's just try for crits or let the enemy dodge more.
Gently. This is how a life is taken. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
And we did manage to pick up another Swordsman's Crest, which I'm actually kind of digging. I like, as a common Crusader-only trinket goes, that's probably one of my favorite. We have no heirlooms yet. Let's go ahead and just toss the key. I don't feel like there's really anything more.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Anything more we would be getting out of that. We just talked about how valuable portraits were, but I might consider tossing it. Everybody's full on trinkets. Yeah. Oh, so many decisions. Well, I think we're going to have to say no to both Citrine and Jade. They're just not valuable enough. And we'll get another scout. I'm digging that. Got a couple of curio interactions coming up. Okay. The early secret room, you know, maybe a little bit of a blessing and a curse to get just so early on.
Gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
As it certainly did fill up quite a bit of our inventory. Yeah, I'd say we just toss the food for a couple more deeds. Why not? And let's see if I can do that.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Alrighty. Judgment to lead. 3 to 7. That's terrible. Alright. So let's focus this guy a little bit. Got pretty decent blight resist, but we can probably bleed him. Indeed we can. That gets him down to 5. He's taken 2. We need to do 3 more. I don't have anything that's upping my blight chance, so I'd say these guys are probably unblightable for me. But that double stun certainly gains me an extra action. This time they both got plus 40. Did I stun one of them twice somehow? And is that like where my my extra stun resistance came from? I'm super confused by that. Super confused by that. It's okay though. I could try to do it again. I mean, what are the odds it works? But I'm gonna actually hit for 0. Oh, it did blight him. Okay, I was trying to just get 1 damage on that guy to kill him before he was able to act. I actually do manage to get it due to him being blighted.
A death by inches.
Which is pretty okay. He is going to mark prey, and then suddenly this fungal scratcher becomes a lot more dangerous. But I think we can persevere. You know what? I'm going to arguably waste a bandage, but I've got inventory troubles, people. And I'd like to just kind of clear that stuff out. That was probably the best time to miss. That could have happened, and it did happen. Alright, got you down to 6. 5 to 11, why not?
Formation is broken.
Good.
Maintain the offensive.
What do you say? We'll just stun you and let the bleed do its thing for a couple more turns. Liking that too. I feel like the inventory is overriding my ability to look at these guys while it's not my turn in a way that it didn't used to.
Unforgiving.
Am I imagining that? Have I been away too long? Have I just gotten rusty? All of these things are, of course, possible. You're gonna die. I don't need to heal. I might as well just
advantage. Give them no quarter.
Get the 3 stress. Got an extra key. Probably never gonna use an extra key, honestly. Old coffin. Ooh. Oh. That animation was a little strange for a moment. Considering where we are, I guess I can be pretty thankful for minus 20% stress while we're here. That's certainly something.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Okay, okay. A little bit of stress, a little bit of ugly dogs with exposed rib cages. I don't even think it matters. These guys are going to start leaping over each other, and like my decision about which one to attack, he may not be in that space in just a minute. Yeah, so effectively I attacked the one up front, you know, for what it's worth. Never mind, he's no longer the one up front. Ugh. Ugh. Rabies. Rabies. I've already got tons of damage. I don't have actually any added accuracy, which is a little bit scary. Please bleed. Thank you. I mean, yeah, sure. If it stuns him, why not? I probably shouldn't.
Obliterated.
Okay. Well, as long as he hits, then rabies is totally a boon, and I will take it all day long, every day. Clear that 1 damage from her.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Oh, big hit. Nobody else got stress relief? Really?
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
We'll go ahead and use that up just for the sake of the gold. It's all about the gold. Alright. 1, 2, 3 more rooms to go through. So, obviously we're camping here. Might even... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We might even camp in this room for the bonuses that we would receive. Of course, we toss away our bandage. And I've covered him in a sticky goo of slow draw. It's too bad. That's too bad. I threw away the bandage that I could have used on that and then immediately regretted it, but, you know, what are you going to do? We're begonding the fiends. And I resisted the sun. I am a little concerned because he could have ectoplasmically summoned a friend.
To the pit.
Thankfully, he did not.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
So what do you think? Do we use it here? I don't think it's possible to get multiple fights in hallways that could get us 4 fights before we reach the boss. But I think I'm just going to go ahead
Nature
and...
herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
maybe play it a little bit safe. I almost want to toss the rest of our torches. Do I toss the rest of our torches? I really want...
In radiance, may we find victory.
I think I really want one... I think I really want one torch heading into the boss battle, just so that I can get...
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
that radiant light back right as we're walking in. But I don't know that it's actually necessary. Who needs to die immediately? Huh. Dodge 0. Hero chance to hit now reflects dodge chance? Has it always been like that? It's not always been like that. Somebody should have read the patch notes closer, he says to himself. Alright, alright. I'll tell you what, start a little bit of damage over time on one of these guys whose protection otherwise makes them a bit annoying to burn down. Probably toss out a stun next time to at least shut them up for a while. Oh man, stress damage until camp. That's no good. Thank you for resisting, though. Okay, not too bad. None of these guys mark, so the fungal swipers aren't really as dangerous as they could be, or fungal scratchers are not as dangerous as they could be. Of course, everyone is faster than me, so Wildehilda's going to stack up way more stress in one fight than she had any right to. Alright, you're down to 4, 8. No, let's hit you. Alright, and then why not? You're down to 6. That will guarantee a kill.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Oh man, had you gone first. I guess we might as well just try for the stunning blow here. and then watch people die. Chance to stun, chance to heal. Unfortunately, Wildehild is really only in a position to nuke the back rows. It's okay, though.
A decisive pummeling.
Between... It's okay, though. Between Quinn and Reynald here, we've got plenty of frontline damage.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I say that's worth it. It's only a common trinket and all, but we don't have the greatest of trinkets yet, so it's something we will probably want and be able to use. Also, a wheeled explorer, scouting chance, nice. As long as we're here, we may as well benefit from it. And then we'll bed down for the night.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
Now, I have the question, do I want to remove a disease? I can't even remove a disease. I can only do that to self, huh? Okay. Well then, never mind. Crit. Reduce stress. We'll go with the crit. What do you got? Stress. Stress. Mostly stress. We really aren't that worried about stress right now. So you know what? We'll go accuracy and dodge chance. Man, I guess we're just tossing around stress heals left, right, and center. 15, 19, 8, 3. Anybody else rocking anything? I mean, you don't have a disease on yourself. Go ahead and give Reynald a pep talk. Fear wears off in time, much like a mild poison. Okay, maybe not the best campfire buffs we have ever seen, but we are ready for battle. Let them come.
The light, the promise of safety.
Alright. I think this boss is going to be a little bit of a pushover. We're looking at, you know, of course, a level 1 boss. We've got a level 2 party. I think it's going to be fine. Just in case there was any question about what was going to happen in that room, here you go.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
And I don't really think most of that matters. Maybe the debuff resist. Maybe. Otherwise, not really a big deal one way or the other. You know what? I mean, we could use illumination to remove dodge and take damage down. I don't know that that'll even be necessary. We might as well have it in the bag, right? Okay. Let's get this party started. Now, we of course want our matchman to go down as soon as possible in this first round. Just so I've guaranteed that he's out of the fight, right? That takes a load off of my mind, and now we can start worrying about other things. A little bit of damage. She still takes the debuff. That's unfortunate. That's maybe more unfortunate. You know what? Let's see about moving you around. If he comes up, which he does, he'll be a little bit less effective. Alright. Reinforcements. Hello, matchman. Hello, matchman, mild friend. Yeah? No? Maybe? I don't know. Alright, stun, blame, yeah, all the resists. Okay. I'm not going to be blighting you. I don't even need to blight you. Ugh, such good questions. Why not? That'll mean we only need to get him for 5 damage. Which actually works out pretty well.
Struck.
because I need to do something like that. Get her up. We've got to attack the back line now, and so Judgment needed to do 5, and it does 6. Okay, that works out pretty well. You're gonna smite the crap out of this guy. Never mind, he's going to dodge. Okay, again with the reinforcements. To be expected. Alright, moved you guys up a little bit. Does 8, which gets you down to 2. Wildehild's doing nothing to this thing, so we might as well hit it with Quinn, and then let Wildehild deal with the matchman. Okay, I'm not even that worried about rush shot. I'm not even that worried about rush shot at all. There we go. All right, and we have now gotten in to the holding pattern, where we've eliminated all of them. We eat a blanket fire right at the beginning. I'm not loving that so much. Okay. I guess we'll blight you. Let the disease take, or the, no, kind of the disease, the acid, the whatever blight actually is, take care of you. Get a little more damage on you. This protection is not my favorite thing in the world, not gonna lie.
A devastating blow.
Crit for 5. This would have been the time for a Houndmaster and his whistle and all of that scrumptious protection removal. As otherwise, this fight can turn into quite the slog. Thank you for all of those beautiful misses. Ooh, thanks, Quinn. Alright, we're doing pretty good. Almost halfway there. And that will guarantee a kill. Good, good. We'll just focus a little bit of damage this round. Basically half dead. In comes another matchman. Down goes another matchman. You know, she's actually, Wildehild's doing a consistent 5 damage to this guy. Between the two of them taking on the matchman and Quinn and Reynald hitting the cannon every turn. Things are going pretty well. These blanket fires haven't been nearly as dangerous.
Precision and power.
As we might sometimes find them. Okay. Double reinforcements, eh? Alright. The turn that they finally turn it around on. So we did bring in 2 reinforcements. We are really easily going to kill these guys, though. And we blighted the corpse, just to show them what's for.
Eradicated.
Oh. I was about to say, she could get the kill if she hits at the high end of her damage. Quinn is not one to disappoint, though. Just the matchman? No, not just the matchman. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, you knew the routine. We're going to be blighting. I probably shouldn't just ignore that guy, considering the amount of damage he's capable of putting out. Let's spread it out a little bit. Kill him over 2 turns. Never mind. He's incapable of doing any damage. All that worry for nothing. And again, we blight. Again,
The ground
we hit.
quakes.
And again. I mean, why judgment here? I need to do 1 damage to the cannon. So my thought is,
The brigands are undone. Our family crest is once again a symbol of strength.
I'll just let the matchman fight me at the end. Not a big deal. Ooh.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Quite a few trinkets there. I'm pretty okay with that. Now, I could spend a little bit more time adventuring, but I actually think I'm just going to return to the hamlet. I'm kind of excited to see what awaits us there. So, maybe not the most efficient use of all the things. I did, of course, with just the puzzling trapezohedrons. Rewards look pretty good. Collected heirlooms could, maybe use a little work, but otherwise, not too bad. Reynald came out diseased, but he's a fast healer, and I think he'll get over it quickly. 3 of our characters became level 3. Quinn a little bit behind. Don't worry, Quinn, you'll be there in no time. Our level 3s will be taking a few weeks off to probably deal with Wildehild's negative quirks, if nothing else. And I want to go to the stagecoach. Let me go to the stagecoach.
You will know the tragic extent of my failings.
All right. There's nothing that I... Okay. So, there's no antiquarian in the stagecoach. However, we'll sort by class and... Beyond... I know we've got the Savage Beat. I wonder if I want to pick up another Bounty Hunter. Probably a little too soon to be Mania Balanced. Dipsomania, Nervous, Clotter. Those guys aren't super great, but we have found our first abomination. He is faithless. Ooh, that's oh so thematically appropriate. Armor Tinker and Quick Draw. I like it a lot. All right.
Tortured and reclusive. This man is more dangerous than he seems.
Okie dokie. More dangerous than he seems, you don't say. We've almost got a full party of level 0s. I don't know if I want to wait. I don't know what I want to do with getting these guys started along their journey. If I'm going to wait for a 4th one to join. But at least for right now, I need some names. So that's your job, not mine. We'll wait a moment for that. And I'm also going to pop over to the embarkation screen where I want to check out... Yeah. Alright, so it has been randomized. So 6 deeds there, everything looked totally normal. I switch off and 2 busts now. Busts over here. Portraits and crests. Portraits up there. Crests. That's kind of interesting. What? What? Did maybe Kill the Swine Prince is still left over? Was that already there? It had to have been. We haven't generated any more boss meter. Huh. I don't know how I feel about that. So the bosses no longer give twofold. You no longer get, portraits and crests, or crests and something. Like we're just getting crests out of going after the siren. So that makes her fight a little bit underwhelming, all things considered. But, we'll adapt, we'll overcome, we'll see how things go. I'm going to pop back over here, and that's going to do it for this episode. Another one bites the dust. We took another boss down. I'd say things went pretty smoothly there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to subscribe. More videos on the channel every day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes. And I will catch you guys next time.